When you're living in Japan, there are only a few things you need for an authentic Christmas experience. Wrapping paper, singing Christmas cards, a smorgasbord of fairy lights, and of course the one man who always ensures that there will never be turkey at Christmas in Japan. Merry Christmas! And a Happy New Year! Yay! Okay, so obviously I'm a bit late, but I still have my Christmas balloons. I've been travelling around Japan, celebrating my birthday, celebrating Christmas and New Year, and I wanted to talk a little bit about my Christmas experience because it's been a bit different from what it would usually be. So here's a quick look at how Christmas goes in a little town in the middle of nowhere in the land of the rising sun. Christmas here was a bit unusual. There were some of the traditional, usual things on display, such as unconvincing metal Christmas trees, which I swear I saw more of in Miyako, in the little town where I live, than in any British town or city that I've ever been to. There was also a host of Christmas cards to choose from, including little storybooks as well, which you can buy for kids. You can buy kids a little book instead of buying them a Christmas card, with a little story about Santa written in it, and loads of pictures. I'll show you one of them later in the video. But there were also book-like theatrical cards, which sing when you press the button inside as well. Classic Christmas. Unfortunately, I made my discovery while I was inside a gift shop, and, well, yeah, I was a tad humiliated. Run away, run away. But behind all of Japan's decorations and Christmas lights and Christmas cards, there was a strong sense of apathy towards Christmas. It's not that Japanese people don't know what Christmas is. Even here, it's kind of hard to avoid Christmas. The lights and the hundreds of little Christmas trees, and big ones that we can see around town, are still up, even though it's 3 or 4 weeks since Christmas passed. But it's rare for anyone to actually celebrate Christmas here in the way that we would do in Britain or America, for example. New Year is where the party's really at in Japan. That's when people get together with their families, where they exchange gifts and eat lots of food and do all the things that you might do in a sort of familial Christmassy setting, but in Japan. But at Christmas, not so much. Take the food, for example. This is about the best you're gonna get. Not very appetizing, especially when you consider that it's chicken, not turkey. I've looked all over the place. In the area where I live, there is just no turkey for Christmas. So as an alternative, you could follow the extensive marketing campaign and the relentless advertising of a certain bearded white guy and do what everybody else seems to do here and go to KFC. This may sound strange, people actually do this. We don't go to TGI Fridays for our fried chicken, we specifically go to KFC where a strange Imperial Santa lookalike is trying to sell us some sort of weird fried excuse for chicken. A lot of Japanese people will go to KFC for a big bucket lunch on Christmas Day, and it is kind of sad that that is, in a lot of places, the best representation of Christmas lunch you're going to get. So I didn't go to KFC, big surprise, but finding an actual Christmas lunch in the middle of Nowheresville in Japan can be a bit of a challenge. So this was my Christmas lunch. In fact, I've got to be honest, it was really, really good. I quite enjoyed having a Christmas which was away from some of the big things that we usually prepare at Christmas Day. We often spend so much time focusing on preparing a very big meal and making sure that everything is just the way we expect it to be, with a big turkey, a roast dinner, and all that sort of stuff. But here it was very relaxed. I got to do pretty much whatever I wanted to do. I was with friends, I was playing cards, I was eating endless desserts as much as I wanted to because it's Christmas and nobody can stop me. And I went out for dinner again in the evening because eating out in Japan is just wickedly cheap, like criminally cheap. And as I take off my Christmassy jumper and move into the new year, I've got to say that was kind of the whole point of Christmas. I got to spend it with people I liked, people who I enjoyed being with, and generally having quite a relaxed, nice time. This year's Christmas, while a bit strange, was pretty good. Before I go, I'll just show you this adorable little children's book that you can buy instead of a Christmas card. It has a little space at the end of it where you can write a personalised message, and it's got a story with pictures, all written in Japanese. And since I can't read Japanese, here is my abridged version of this little Christmas story. See you later. It's been a long time since Santa actually delivered presents with his sleigh due to the creation of something called UPS. In this Christmas story, which I actually can't open, there you go. Santa's decided to take old Rudolph out for a joyride. It's the night of Christmas and Santa's been celebrating since 11 a.m. Rudolph thought his driving was a bit eccentric and Santa was a little sleepy, so they took a rest on Big Ben. But soon Santa found his second wind and started doing some pretty crazy shit. Come on Rudolph, let's go see the pyramids. Rudolph tried telling Santa that nobody celebrates Christmas there, but Rudolph can't talk. Soon they were at the Statue of Liberty, where things took another turn. Rudolph tried saying, "Go home Santa, you drunk." But Santa hasn't had this much fun since the birth of Christ, so they blasted off to Japan to shout at couples in KFC. Then finally they went home. The next day Santa woke at 4 p.m. with a little present for Rudolph. "Thanks for everything, Rudolph. Now to sleep it off until New Year's." And that's what Christmas is all about, kids. Looking after your paralytic friends and family. The end.